Both my mother and my father are athletic. My father was an ex-soccer player, probably one of the best in his time. That's what he says, but that's what a lot of people around him say as well. He became a championship tennis player, and he became perhaps more passionate about tennis than anything else, and got me into the sport at a very young age. I always tell him I wish he got me into it younger. I started around 10. Had I started at 5, I might have been a better tennis player. But not only do I play sports, but the rest of my family plays various sports, but they primarily got into horses and horse jumping and dressage, both my 2 sisters and my younger brother. I fell in love with both tennis and soccer. And actually, probably if you ask my father, I gravitated towards soccer more than tennis, to his frustration. But I was very fortunate. I was probably a more talented tennis player than a soccer player. I should have focused more on tennis than I did on soccer. But nonetheless, I played at a very young age, relatively. I said you should probably play it at 5. I played it at 10. None of the kids were even playing it at that time. I mean, when I played tournament tennis, when I played the UAE Nationals, I played against adults. I was the only junior, virtually only junior. And so I remember things like being able to bounce the ball on your racket and keep it bouncing for a long time, you know, just losing count of how many times you were bouncing it. Those were the early years. And then obviously later is learning how to win in tennis. Because I went through a whole period of frustration because all I was doing is trying to hit winners and, you know, hit a great shot. And then you start to learn that winning at tennis, you really actually have to modify your game. It's really about, getting your opponent to hit that one extra shot. Not necessarily passing him when he comes to the net, but getting him to volley. Picking your moments when you want to come to the net, because I used to charge the net a lot all the time. And it makes much more sense to pick your moment when you come into the net. I have great memories of winning. I have memories of winning the UAE national tournament. I have memories of winning with my father the doubles tournament. I probably have more, stronger memories of that because he actually got injured in that finals. He actually got a calf cramp, and he said, "I can't go on. We're going to have to give up." And I said, "There's no giving up, because I mean, we've come this far. Even if you have to stand in one part of the court, and I play against them by myself, we've got to endure and attempt to win this." Well, young Emiratis probably are not attracted to tennis as much as they are probably attracted to soccer and even golf right now. I mean, there's a huge investment into soccer, and there's equally over the last 10 years a huge investment into golf, especially into golf courses, and you don't have that corresponding investment into tennis and tennis courts, and that's an unfortunate thing. If there were, you'd probably see more young Emiratis get into tennis. I shoulder some of the responsibility, being a past champion, being a role model. I should have put more effort into developing the sport over the years. I haven't. I've failed at that, but I think at large the association previously, and now the federation, the Tennis Federation, has done a fair job of advancing the sport, but we have so much more to do. We need to really set higher and more loftier objectives and goals. I think we should shoot for example, an Olympic champion in 10 years. We need to set some lofty goals and then strive for them and set milestones along the way. And I'd be happy to participate in that. And there's a lot of people who are very passionate about the game that I think would love to do that. Now that's on the federation side, but you've also got from the city side. I mean, the municipality, for example, I would love to see them build more public tennis courts. We don't have any public tennis courts, which is a real shame, a real shame. If you've got to pay a pretty penny to come out and play, and we were talking about coming here and playing, and it's 100 dirhams, okay? To a few, I would say that's not bad, especially if you're going to play every week. But to most people, I think that's pricey, and they need to be afforded public courts so that they can rear their children in a game like tennis from a very young age.